And this week on Jackanory, we have Jen to tell the story.
On what? What the hell's Jackanory?
You're uneducated.
I don't know what it is.
Jackanory was a kids' show where they got pseudo-celebrities, actual celebrities, to read different parts of a book or a story.
Was it a UK show?
Yeah, Jackanory passed the story. So they would read it as a rhyme. Over the course of a week, they would read, the story to kids. So one author would start, one celebrity would start, and then they pass it across,
I never heard of it before. It was kind of like Reading Rainbow, but...
Never heard of that.
You've never heard of Reading Rainbow?
No.
Philistine!
No, Jackanory's far better. Has a far better title as well.
Rainbow. Anyway, so yeah, doing quick book reviews because I finished a book and then didn't finish another book. So Charlotte from Ramblings of an Elfpire, I think that's how you say it, Elfpire, probably, read Station 11, and it sounded really interesting, so I was like, I'll give it a try. So, Station 11, written by, I had to write it down because she got a really long name, is Emily St. John Mandel, like Howie Mandel, I don't know.
Could also be, what's her first name?
Emily.
Emily could also be St. John Mandel.
Could be, I guess. But anyway,
because the British way of doing it is St. John is pronounced St. John.
Is it?
Yeah, St. John. It's like Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, Newfoundland's pronounced Newfoundland. Yeah, Newfoundland's pronounced Newfoundland.
Yes, but anyway, I lost my train of thought. So, Station 11, about the start of a pandemic. So there's like a flu. They call it the Georgia flu at first. And then it goes from there, and 99.9% of the population, the whole planet, die. Hello, Pops.
Hello, Sky. Would you like to be in the video?
Yeah. And I'm dying.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Would you like to be in the video, would you?
It's a problem with filming on the floor.
Yeah.
Furry creature.
Alright, keep talking. I'll keep filming.
If you can. With the camera going. I can't keep track. I'm like, Anyway.
Okay, just keep talking.
So there's a pandemic, and it starts, like I said, they call it the Georgia flu, and it goes from there, and then it goes back and forth, 20 years from when the flu started, and then, but some of the same characters that survived, the flu are in both parts, and there's quite a connection between the two, and I can't really say because it gives a big chunk of the book away. But I actually quite liked it. I thought it was well written, and it was what would actually very close to what would happen in the pandemic. And you get the panic phase where people freak out and try to get out of town, and then you've got people like, it's no big deal or whatever, and then of course people violent, like looting and guns. And then it was really good until about the last 10 pages, and then I was like, what the hell? This is the end of the book. It's kind of very, very anticlimactic. It's kind of like, it was so good, and then it just kind of stopped. She's trying to lick your hands.
Yeah, I know, as always. As always.
So I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. Like I said, I would have given it 5, but the ending really let it down.
Should only given it 3 then.
No, it was a good book. The rest of it was really good, and then it just kind of went, eh. It just kind of was like, okay, this is it.
That's like having a meal that looks good but tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, that's true. But then I also started to read Thrown in Glass by, what's her name? Sarah J. Maas? I don't know how to pronounce her name. It doesn't really matter anyway because I will not be reading anything by her again because this book was horrible.
You read how many pages though?
136, which is a lot more than what I usually read.
And that'd be 133 more than I would have read.
And usually I stop reading a book if I don't like it by about page 50, but because so many other people like this book, I was like, okay, maybe something happens and it gets better. No, it got worse. So I was like, no, I'm not wasting any more time on this book. So I finished it, will not be reading it. Was expecting assassins and lots of fighting, and what I ended up getting was this prissy little girl who was like trying to get some prince and some guard or whatever. I don't really know. It was really daft and not assassins whatsoever. There was a bit of fighting. Other than that,
Twilight with fighting.
Yeah, it was really bad. I don't get the appeal. And I mean, okay, yeah, it's young adult. You don't expect much from young adult, and I tend not to. It's you just read it for fluff. But it was really bad. I don't get why so many people like it. I was gonna go on about love triangles in young adult, but I'm not gonna because it's a video in itself, we'll say. But yeah, what am I reading now? Fatherland by oh crap,
Robert Harris.
that's his name. Who John got confused with Thomas Harris.
I did not get confused. I just couldn't remember
Hannibal
why I
Lecter
knew the
dude,
name.
the guy who wrote Hannibal Lecter. But so yeah, it's
You mean
about,
Silence of the Lambs
yeah.
and all the rest of it? I don't think he wrote Manhunter though. I'm not really sure. I think someone else wrote
No,
the
that's
first one. Someone else wrote that one.
Yeah, that's the movie, but no, I can't remember. I've read all 4 that he's written about Hannibal Lecter, but I can't remember the names of all of them. But anyway, what am I? Oh yeah, reading Fatherland, which is about the Nazis won the war, and I'm only on page like 10. So
Hopefully, it's better than Stephen Fry's alternate Nazi history book,
never read
which
it.
was fine. I can't remember what it's called, but it's fine until the last 100 pages, and then every character pretty much becomes gay, and screamingly camp gay for some reason. They go from being macho and all the rest of it to suddenly becoming effeminate.
So
it's
really
very
out of
strange.
character. It's really out of character for the character.
Yeah, it's just
It's
not
out
good.
of the blue kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's really
it's not the fact that they're gay that was the problem.
it's just a complete turnaround
Yeah.
to suit
So,
an
yeah.
agenda, and it doesn't work.
It just
But yeah, it's quite funny watching Jen kind of read it. It's like, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce that?
I don't speak
For
German.
example, Sturmbannführer.
Because
Like, I could have been a linguist, but my school didn't do languages
there's lots
very
of
well.
German words in it, and I'm horrible at speaking German. It's just I can't even say Volkswagen right.
What, Volkswagen?
Yeah, I can't even. I mean, so I'm horrible at
W
it.
is a V in German.
Yeah,
Volkswagen.
and then I don't know where half these places are that have been mentioned so far. So
Like what?
I'm gonna I can't remember, like the Ural, whatever the hell.
Urals are in Russia, as I told you last
Yeah,
night.
I know. Yeah, I knew that now, but I didn't know at the time. Because I know the basics about the Second World War. We do cover it in Canadian high schools, but not.
Yeah, we
a
came
lot.
in late on, yeah.
Yeah, we don't cover a lot of it. It's just the basics. But anyway, so this was supposed to be a book review, and I did do a book review. One book was okay, pretty good. I do recommend that, unless you get really freaked out about pandemics and stuff, because you'll get paranoid about people coughing all over you. Because anybody who walks by with like a sniffles, you'll run away.
It's Ebola!
Yeah, it's Ebola or swine flu. You scared the crap out of the dog.
Yeah.
But, and then Throne of Glass, didn't like, that was crap. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with Fatherland. Oh, I also started reading, oh crap, Ascension Rising, I think, by Alistair Reynolds. So it's like space opera, like really wordy and stuff, but I quite like them. Anyway, so, I'll do a Friday reads, and I might have
Yes, and we, we have a new chair and a newish
Yes.
couch. No, okay, new to us, because
New
it
to
was
us.
my grandmother's, but
Yeah.
she's went to care, so
Yeah, so nice
I
and
got it
leather.
as a gift.
So we
Yeah.
gotta watch the dog doesn't scratch it. But yeah, so, bye!